All right, this is BleachBANGS Music, and we are sitting in with Shallowside. Right now, we've got Eric.
Yes.
How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. We're in the middle of the summer. It's warm. It's not cold. We're on tour. Life couldn't be better.
And the bus smells good.
For once.
It really does. I mean, this
today.
doesn't stink.
Just for you guys. The only reason it smells good is because you guys came in. Any other day, it's just the locker room.
It's that, oh crap, we're having company.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about Rebel.
Rebel was a song we wrote when we were in the studio earlier this year, and we're listening to the music that's playing on the radio, and we're fans of radio. We're all children of radio, so literally you put on any station you want to, pop, country, hip hop. It doesn't matter what station you put it on, someone's going to start singing it.
That's funny.
Within 30 seconds of hearing that, we're all fans of music across the board, and on top of all that, we play rock and roll music. And you'll hear me use that term a lot, is because that term's not used enough. Everyone just says rock music, or you just play metal. No, we play rock and roll, and that's something that has been missing in rock and roll. Was the piss and vinegar, was the fight, the grit, the conviction, the piece of rock and roll that made you feel something. Well, growing up in our small town. You had to make a choice. You either went and you finished school and you worked at the factory down the road, which is an honest living.
Yeah.
There's nothing against that. If that's something that when we first started playing music, Brent Smith from the band Shinedown, they had released their song "Second Chance," and one of his big things was saying, if you're going to be a garbage man, be the best damn garbage man that you can be, right? That was something they were saying, and I took that to heart. So in that same sense, where we grew up, you had one of two choices. You finished school and you went to work at the factory, or you finished high school, went to college, the local community college, and whatever knowledge you brought from that, you turned around and you went back to work at the factory. So that's really the only two options you had. So I didn't like those choices.
Yeah.
I didn't fit in from the beginning. When I was there, you could just always tell there's something different about this kid. I was literally you guys know the movie Footloose.
Yeah.
I was Kevin Bacon.
Oh, okay.
All I wanted to do was dance.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to dance, so I wanted to change everything. And my small town wasn't prepared for that, and they wasn't prepared for me and my large personality, and I just grew. I grew, with myself and within myself, and I was outcast a lot of times by, used to be friends. Their parents didn't want to be around the bad kid. I wasn't a bad kid. There was just rules that were made, and I didn't particularly like to follow.
Yeah.
And I ran a little faster than everyone else, socially. So, when everyone would start questioning things about what's happening in my life, I had a better explanation about things that I wanted to happen. So we're sitting down and we're writing in the album, or in the studio for our debut album, One. And I'm talking to our producers, and they're like, what's something that you want when you walk out of the studio? This is going to be your flag. This is your flag in the sand that says this is who you are and where you came from. And the first lines in the song say, "To hear my mama tell it, I've been gone too long." We've been touring now for 5 years.
Yeah.
I love the life that we live. It's a difficult one, and I feel like that's not to say mine's any harder than anyone else's. Everyone has their own walks in life.
Exactly.
Just different.
But when you can look around and say that someone misses you, that means you're probably doing something that you love, and it means more to you. So to say where we came from with the song Rebel, it wraps up everything that we've known to date. It throws a middle finger up in the sky, because that's what we're doing. We're bringing the middle finger back to rock and roll. We're putting the cool stuff back in. And that's literally the gist and the world that we wrapped around when we developed the song Rebel.
It is. It's such a fun song, man. It's awesome. And I was listening to it right before we came here, and I was like, that is the shit. And just like you said, it's almost like running with a flag. Hey, motherfuckers,
Yeah.
I'm here!
Yes, it's fun. It brings back a brand new form of excitement, and I feel like there's a lot of that was missed. A lot of the
Mm-hmm.
I agree completely.
I do too.
like
Absolutely.
listening to the rock music. There's a lot of songs that'll grab you and makes you like put the feels back in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Nothing More released their album, like you
Yeah.
could hear it, you could
Yes.
feel
Yeah.
what they were doing,
Yeah.
and that like, it was a revamp for
Yeah.
just a second, and
Yep.
then for some reason all the label heads started like pushing out, in my opinion, a bunch of like different type of music. that
I'm
wasn't
sure
really
we've
hitting
got
you in
the
the
same.
feels.
I'm
It
sure
seems
we've
like
got
we're
the
all on
same
the same
opinion.
page here.
I know
Like,
exactly
yeah,
what you're
that's-
saying.
Growing up being a child of radio, you want to hit the feels.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
like
Oh,
you-
yeah.
when you turn it on, you want it to sound like they're screaming in your face, and
Yeah.
like what they're talking about is something that you're going through.
And 15 years later, when you hear that song, it should bring a memory
Yeah,
of,
bring it
this
right
is
back.
what
Yep.
I was doing. I
Exactly.
could smell that shit.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
remember those smoky bars.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
and,
agree, yeah.
and that's exactly what I was reading your guys' bio, and I'm like, man, they're hitting it on every level of just, you know, let's bring back the fun, let's
Yeah.
bring back the everything,
If
and
you
then I
look back-
listened to Rebel, and I'm like, holy shit, that
Yeah,
is perfect.
If you look back and you watch like the rock and roll world of the 70s and 80s,
Mhm.
people were dancing.
Yeah.
People were smiling. People were having fun. Not to say that they're not having fun now, but everything just looks dark
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it looks cold.
That's a perfect word
and,
for it. Yeah.
and it's just like it almost looks like soulless.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It doesn't seem. And you don't have to have like a bright shiny world for everything and perfection for it to be fun. Everyone has their own definition of fun, but like I feel like rock and roll has missed a realm lately, and they've pushed
You're right.
aside what was really wonderful for everyone.
Yeah.
And they deem that not cool anymore.
Huh.
Yeah,
and
you're
when
right.
they did
I
that,
love your view.
when they
I
when
really
they
do.
pigeonholed that entire world, they said that Creed and Nickelback were cock rock, and that's not cool anymore.
Mm.
Creed and Nickelback were the last ones that were playing sold out stadiums.
Yeah.
That's true.
And if you like put one and one together, like why is that not happening no more? It's because everyone thinks that's not cool. Well, there were tits out at those shows. There's not tits out anymore. Tits are cool. You killed the tits. Bring the tits back, man. We can do anything. Let's just bring some tits back.
Oh goodness, yeah. So what was it when you were growing up in the small town? Who or what was it that flipped the switch for you that said, you know, this is what I'm going to do?
I actually took a trip to Chattanooga, and I've watched like concerts all growing up. I grew up in a church, so
Mhm.
like I saw live performances nonstop
Yeah.
from everybody in the town or the town over or traveling, you know, people that would come in and they'd be on
Yeah.
stage, and then like it got to a point where I was like, what I would go with the youth group and we'd go watch like bands like Pillar,
Mhm.
1,000 Foot Crutch.
Oh,
And
God, love
like
them.
I love Thousand
incredible
Foot
shows. I was blown away. I was like, "What? What is this?
Yeah.
This is a world. I could do this. This is incredible." And then me and all my friends, we took a trip to Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're from North Alabama, so it was like a 3 or 4 hour drive.
Mhm.
We're road tripping. We're probably like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 maybe at that point. And so we're like, we're wilding on the run. You know what I mean? So we run up in Chattanooga, and we go to the Civic Center that they have there, big amphitheater type place, and we get our tickets for 10 years Save and Able in Shinedown.
Wow.
So
Oh,
like
that'd be
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome package.
Yeah.
And then boom, we're sitting in the stands, lights go out, like that, just that theater
Yeah.
feel, like you know it's about to happen. And then this hooded cloak comes out on stage, and she's singing a cappella by herself, and we're smitten. We're just like, what is she doing? Who is this? Like, we're all checking our tickets. We're
Yeah.
looking around like, who is this? Lizzie Hale. all by herself,
wow.
and she's blazed.
Wow.
They're not even on the bill. Like they're not on a ticket. They're not being promoted, and they're opening with their acapella to "It's Not You."
Oh yeah.
And when she does the "Love is on mine," and like. And it's echoing, and it's like not only echoing like through the room, it's like resonating deep down inside of you, and like it just lights a fire. Boom! They get through with their set that blows your mind. 10 Years comes on stage, and like Jesse Hass, one of the best singers,
Yeah.
he's so good. And then they jump off stage. 10 Years, always a good band. Saving Abel comes out, and it's with their original lineup, and they're just like blazing. So many good hits on that album. And then Shinedown comes out. And if you guys ever seen Shinedown,
oh yes,
It's phenomenal.
no words,
they're
no
one
words.
like they're one of those bands. They're like they'll 10 years from now they're one of those bands that you like you look back and you're like right now that could have been 10 years ago. I'm looking back on it right now thinking like I could still smell that stinky asshole beside me,
right?
Yeah.
Like would not shut up while someone was singing that song. You know what I mean? So it turned into like this religious moment for me. That point where like you've been doing some bad shit on Saturday, and then you're in the pews on Sunday.
Yeah.
The preacher has no clue, but you like guarantee that he's talking directly to your face. Like Brent Smith was talking about like the life that you should be going after because everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves that, and I'm sitting there, and I don't know, we're 15,000 people deep in there, and he's literally talking to me in my face. No one else is around. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I left there that night, and I decided that whatever it took, I would stop at nothing to fulfill my dream of being better for myself. Now, at that point, I had no clue that I could even sing. I didn't even know.
That was going to be my question. Wow. Did you know that you had
I didn't even know. I mean, I grew up in church. My grandmother, she slapped me if I wasn't singing.
Yeah.
So I was singing, I would clap, I stomped my feet. You know, I was part of the congregation. But I had no clue at that point. And then Heath, our drummer, Seth, our guitarist, they were like playing music. They were jamming out, playing Tool. And they were playing Thousand Foot Christ. They were playing Blue Oyster Cult. You know what I mean? Like that, literally, like across the board. The Eagles. They're playing Journey. They're like, and I grabbed the mic. I started singing. That was the day that everything changed. Like my purpose in life was swapped over. Now, if we could hear that audio today, we'd probably go back and be like, well, you should probably try building a house, or plumbing, or you should cook a burger or something. Like, this is not going to work out for you. But you know, with anything in life, you work hard enough for it, you'll get to where you want to be.
So the irony of that whole thing, also, or not the whole thing, but buried deep inside there, aren't you doing some shows with Saving Abel?
We've actually toured with Saving Abel.
Exactly.
We've toured with 10 Years.
Isn't that crazy?
We haven't played with Shinedown or Hailstorm, but we've met both of them like several times. I've never told this story to either one of them. But we did tour with Zach Myers when he goes on his acoustic runs.
Okay.
Tour with him, and of course I didn't tell him neither, but about this. But it's kind of surreal to think that less than 5-6 years ago.
But the decision was made.
Ago,
I mean, it's just boom.
They literally sparked a fire inside of a child sitting in the stadium, and now I'm literally a couple of miles behind them in the same paddle boat, just like, I'm coming.
Yeah, that's
coming.
so awesome.
I'm coming, buddy. I will find you.
So, how would your family members describe Shallowside to people that have never heard?
You know what? I don't know. There was one point. My dad came to one of our shows, and he said that it was too smoky.
Because that's your fault.
He said I should stop screaming, which I don't scream at all. So, Mom, they're really supportive about who I became as a man. It took a lot of time
Yeah,
to get to that
I
point.
could imagine.
Because everyone wants their children and their offspring, their relatives, the people around them, the people they know to do well. No one is a musician and does well
They
because
don't
they
wanna
all
see you struggle
die
to
of
get
drugs
there. Yeah.
and sex and
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Right.
That's all you get. But yeah, it took a while, at least for my parents, to come around and be a little more supportive. Life's a struggle though. The rest of the guys, their families are extremely supportive, and they're really behind everything that they've ever done, and it gives us all an undertow boost of foundation to stand up a little stronger with.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
So, if you weren't doing music, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Would you be working at the factory?
Factory.
I'd probably be dead or in jail. There's at one point when we first started touring, the guys had to actually come and pick me up from jail to go on our next run.
Oh wow!
Because I was in the Slammer for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
But that's the rock and roll lifestyle.
when I say it was a bad kid, maybe I underestimated myself. I was kind of a really bad kid.
That preacher was really talking directly to you on Sunday.
He might have literally pulled me to the side and we had a few words.
So, do you guys have any pre-show routines or superstitions that you go through before a show?
Other than like sacrificing goats, and eating our purple Skittles.
Well, there's perfect. There's all those trees out there to go to
We already
today.
used those.
Okay.
I think Heath, our drummer, he tries to consume as many beers as possible. Which I think the count right now is like at 11.
Oh, wow.
No, not really. We don't really have
Nothing
any
special,
rituals.
huh?
We love what we do, and able to get amped up for that, we just have to be woken up from our sleep.
Yeah.
We wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning, just like, guys, ready? Hell yeah, we're ready.
Cool.
How far into this tour are you guys?
Right now we started off this tour with a headline run. We did 2.5 weeks by ourselves. Then we jumped on with Otherwise and Sons of Texas for a month.
Both of them.
Yeah, great bands, great guys. Turned around and jumped on this tour, Smiling Soul, Everyday Losers, and Romantic Rebel. So now I think we're 2.5 months deep into being away from home at this section.
Right.
And after this one's over, are you just going to pick right up again, or are you going to go home for a little bit?
We get to go home for like a week and a half, and then we start back off on the fall run. So that's typically what happens. We'll go out for an entire season.
Yeah.
We'll come home at the first or last part of the season, and then
long enough to do some laundry and
barely
sleep for a couple days and grind it again.
Barely enough time for that.
So, any festivals or anything like that on the horizon?
Festival season's wrapping up a little bit.
It's coming to an end.
There's a couple of fall festival pieces that we're a part of. I literally have no clue what those are. I'd have to look it up. But there's shows lined up nonstop throughout the year for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you guys are busy.
Yeah, we stay busy. Luckily.
Hey there.
Walking in, Heath Fields.
How are you, sir?
I am good. How y'all doing?
Wonderful. So, I don't have
Is everybody healthy?
It depends on what we call health.
I know you had an accident a while back. And
Right.
Oh, yeah. As far as the physically healthy, at this point, yeah, we're all pretty good. We they started off. I feel like Heath started up for everyone. He was out beside his house. We had some off time. This is why we don't have off time anymore. It's because we had a little bit of off time, and he got a phone call from one of his neighbors saying that they were having a snapping turtle problem in one of their ponds. Well, he runs out there and tries to get some of the snapping turtles out of the pond, and reached down in the pond, and the snapping turtle jumped up and bit his thumb clean off his hand.
Oh,
whoa!
Bit me.
Dude.
And so we had to take the snapping turtle and Heath to the veterinarian's office, because what we do in Alabama, we had to get that thing sewed back on. And then it wasn't, and then we actually played, we went on an acoustic run with Bobby Amaru from Saliva.
Yeah.
And we went on an acoustic run with him, and Heath had to play drums one-handed. Def
Oh
Leppard
my
over there.
goodness.
True story right there.
That's insane.
So he finally got healed up. As soon as he gets healed up, you guys ever heard of a band called Blame Shift?
Yes.
So we're touring through this area with Blame Shift
Yeah, because
earlier this
you were
year.
supposed to have a show in Tulsa, weren't you? I think on the original deal there was a show and you guys were going to be
Probably
in Tulsa, and I was set and ready to go to that one, and then it got
Probably-
taken off the schedule.
Probably so.
Damn
That
it.
sounds like something that would happen. But so we're on that tour earlier this year, or
Yeah.
no, it was last fall.
Yeah.
Last November. We're on tour with Blame Shift, and we make it all the way down into the Gulf Coast in Texas, and then we get a day off and we're fishing, and Cody has caught this massive shark, reaches down in the water just to grab it up, and like doesn't realize that like sharks like are real predators, and he like bites his ring finger, like pulls his ring finger off out of the joint.
Goodness.
Oh my
And
gosh.
We had to like rush him to the hospital and like get his sewed back up and on together. It was like, and then it wasn't 3 months later. I was literally just walking down the road, and I can't walk with my own 2 feet. I tripped, fell, hit my face, and woke up in a trauma unit, which, unbeknownst to me, was my second hospital visit because they had found bleeding on my brain.
Yeah.
And I had a severe concussion, minor brain contusion.
Oh my gosh.
And like it was a serious moment. They didn't know like what was going to happen.
Yeah.
to me. So luckily, yes, now we're all
Okay.
healthy. But we went through the ringer to get there.
Yeah, I remember seeing all about your fall, and I was keeping up with it on the Facebook updates that
It was-
they kept giving everybody.
scary.
I was like, wow.
It was
that's-
scary. We've had a rough couple of years for all of us,
Wow.
but we've literally just continued to power through it.
Yeah.
Continued to power through it. Keeping that rock and roll alive.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
In true fashion.
Well, thank you, Eric. I don't want to
Thank
keep
you.
you guys much longer or anything. Of course, this gets too terribly long. Everybody will be like,
Oh, this guy needs to shut up. He's so boring.
No, they usually say, "Will he
me.
shut up?" or "Will I shut up?"
Yeah, exactly. So no, this
Well,
is
hey, luckily
wonderful.
for y'all,
This
I
is
can't shut up.
Oh no, that
Hey,
is
that's
awesome.
great.
That is so much easier for us.
Yes. It's painful having to just fish and
Draw
fish for
and draw.
information.
So
Great, I'm sorry.
Give
Did
me
I
No.
shut
no.
up?
Great.
Love it, love it, love it. Probably one of the better interviews we've ever done.
All right. I'm well rehearsed. Look, those swivel hits done walked in.
Yeah.
You guys get everybody's going to get like a cameo
Yeah.
in this thing. Seth is in the
Very
building
well
right
done.
now. Swivel hips himself.
The hip swirler. That's my physical concept.
All right. Well, can't wait to see you guys at the show. Thank you very
I'm
much.
excited.
Your bus does not stink. It actually is kind of pleasant.
Yes,
So,
it's very
I mean-
nice and cool. And
There's
So-
a lot of boobs in here.
Yeah, just missing the boobs.
Not,
Movie theater.
not now, but not ever either. So
Right.
we're working on that.
is that painting? Is that fan art or
That
is
is fan art.
Okay,
We like
that's
to keep,
really neat.
Yeah, we keep fan art everywhere we go.
Okay.
So we just got this bus, and we're working on putting the rest of the fan art in here. We have like
Oh,
several
awesome.
pieces that we love our fans. We keep our fans very close to us. That's something that you'll notice that like our Facebook, our Twitter, and our Instagram. The comment sections are always filled up.
Yes.
The likes are always filled up. But something that you don't ever see and something that we keep private for ourselves and for our fans is our message boards are all filled up as well. And we literally will take time out of our day and sit down and write the fans back, talk to them.
Yeah.
Music is what's needed. And I feel like a lot of people are not able to get the things out that they want to. Sometimes they're
That's
able to
true.
do that with a stranger, but they're able to listen to our music on the radio, so it
Yeah.
makes it feel a little bit closer. So
Well, I know
Those are-
I watch a lot of your Facebook Live things, and you guys just look
Yeah,
like you're
every
having
Sunday.
so much fun.
every Sunday we do a Facebook Live, and we literally only do that just because the fans, they wanted it. They wanted to see more of us.
Yeah.
And we're not able to be
It draws
everywhere
them a
all the
little
time. And yeah, that's the thing. We
Yeah.
pull them in a little closer, and just
Yep.
it's always just a thank you.
Yeah.
Really, all it is just another thank you for them putting us in a position to where we can help them make their voices heard as well.
Yeah. And sometimes it's the little things. That's all it takes is just that little thing. And
So true. It's what got us by in our hard times.
Yeah.
It's what got us by.
And it's so true that keeping the fans so darn close now. I mean, 15 years ago, really, the bands were like gods and don't talk to me, don't do this. And the ones that are successful are the ones that are, hey, come here. I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to you guys.
Yep, true. It's true. We're still gods, but the difference is...
Yeah.
The only difference is, though, your prayers are being answered.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding you. I'm kidding.
well, like I was at the Journey concert here last night, and of course
God,
the
how did
rest
that
of
go?
the band is up on the stage. But the singer, you know, he's just so humbled by where he's at now.
Yeah.
He jumps down off the stage and he's running along the front row. He's hugging everybody. He's shaking hands. His bouncer is got him by the belt loop, and he's just pissed off because he doesn't want to do
just
that.
mad as hell.
And
He's
there was a
having to
couple
work.
little girls on the front row and then one over on the side, and you could tell that he probably missed his kids too, because he hugs the little girls and he gives them a big kiss on the forehead.
Aw.
And he's just doing this number, and you know, he's letting them know that he's appreciative of what they have done
He
for him.
revamped their entire band.
I
Oh,
agree.
I agree.
100%.
He was
He's
amazing
just-
last night.
Journey was on their way to a farewell tour, goodbye.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And now they are like doing well.
Yes.
All over again.
He is
They
something.
sold it. I mean, that Chesapeake was packed last night.
Nice. I love to hear that. Journey's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
It's
was
a great
impressed.
story, too. It's just-
Oh yeah, it's a great story.
He's amazing.
Yes.
He's amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
We'll get out of your way,
Yeah, I'll let you get ready for
and
showtime.
that
Yeah.
way you can get your ritual started. I know you probably already have the goat back there. but
Goats and
it's-
Skittles.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
ritual.
You told them?
He's going, we got the Skittles?
Wait a minute.
I already had a piece of that goat.
Wait, we sacrificed it. What'd you do to it?
What kind of piece did you get?
This is Cody in the building for all the listeners right there. This is our final cameo. We've had all the band members just in and out of this interview. I love it.
Hey, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Your cameo was goat roping.
Yeah.